With natural ability for dancing, acting and singing, late Love Island host Caroline Flack was triple threat. Ambitious, driven and with bags of talent, the Love Island left home at 16 to fight her way to the top of the infamously competitive entertainment industry. She slept on friends' rat-infested sofas, auditioned endlessly for mop commercials and even worked in meat packing factory to keep the cash coming in while she pursued her dream. But it turned out to be even tougher than Caroline, who was tragically found dead at her London home on February 15, had expected. "I always wanted to work in entertainment, but it took long time and lot of hard work to get there," Caroline reflected to Norfolk magazine years later. "You think you will just go to London and get job in television and that will be that, but it is not like that." After 3 years of endless auditions and working as waitress to pay her rent, she finally landed breakthrough role playing Bubbles on Keith Lemon's Beau Selecta. With flair for presenting, she deciding to turn her back on acting and rose up the ranks hosting the Pepsi chart show and links between songs on E4 Music. In 2005 she presented segment on video games show When Games Attack before co-hosting BBC Saturday morning children's TV show, TMI. But it was as she turned 30 that her career really took off thanks to gig on ITV2 spin-off I Am Celebrity. Get Me Out of Here Now. It brought her to the attention of music mogul Simon Cowell, who hired Caroline and Ollie Murs to host The Extra Factor, followed by the main show in 2015, but that ended in heartache when both were dropped after just one series amid show shakeup. Caroline was also suffering from dark depression that started the day after her Strictly Come Dancing win in December 2014. But despite the knockback, she dusted herself off, got back to work and landed the dream job that would make her household name, Love Island. For 5 years she was as much part of the show as the contestants. But despite playing matchmaker year after year, her own dream to find the one often left her nursing broken heart. Back in 2011 Shed enjoyed relationship with Harry Styles, 26, but was devastated when One Direction fans turned on her over the 14-year age gap. "I've never felt was much older than Harry. Still feel 18 and probably act that way half the time," she wrote in her autobiography, Storm in Cup. "We were both single. We got on well and we had laugh. It was only when it become public knowledge that things turned sour. At the beginning it was all very playful." He joked about being attracted to older women. "It began to go wrong when he was pictured coming out of my house one morning. And that was that. People started shouting pedophile at me in the street and pervert." Caroline was next in serious relationship with Sam Smith's manager Jack Street from 2014 to 2015. They moved in together but endured 2 nasty breakups. The first when he dumped Caroline during her Strictly Come Dancing stint after allegedly growing close to Glee actress Diana Agron. And in April 2018 Caroline thought Shed finally found what she'd been looking for in Apprentice star Andrew Brady. "People talk about meeting someone and feeling as though you've known them your whole life. That's what it felt like when met you," she wrote in an open letter to her man for Cosmopolitan magazine. "I'll never forget seeing you walk into the restaurant, tall, with smile 10 miles wide, not just for me but for everyone in there," she continued, recalling how, unlike with other first dates, her nerves just vanished. "Talking to you was effortless, just 2 people laughing and getting to know each other until the early hours. It was how all first dates should be," she added. But sadly the couple split while the magazine was still on shelves. He ended up calling an ambulance to Caroline's home after Boozy Row in November 2018. Move her rep branded entirely unnecessary, explaining paramedics found her to be in perfect health. And that December he suddenly relocated to live backpacker life in Australia and she confirmed they were done for good. Caroline moved on with tennis star and model Lewis Burton in August 2018, with the pair enjoying summer of sun-drenched holidays. But their relationship was cut tragically short by Caroline's suicide, which came hours after she learned she would have to stand trial accused of assaulting Lewis during an early morning row. The troubled star denied the charges and Lewis did not support the prosecution. And once the case was over there had been talk of the couple fast-tracking exciting marriage and baby plans they'd apparently discussed. Indeed, for Caroline, One of her biggest fears was that she'd left it too late to have children. Speaking to Channel Show Kathy Burke's all-woman 6 months before her death, Caroline said, "I've kind of always put work first. Wake up in the morning, go to work, come home, just like my boyfriend has. I'm scared it's going to get too late where I've wanted to go, right? Maybe slow down, think about having kids and maybe think about settling down." However, the inspirational star admitted the urge to start family had never been strong enough. She continued, "I've just never had. That's never been wired into me. It's really strange and feel guilty for it sometimes." In another world, though, away from the fame and the cameras, Caroline saw herself as mother of 3 gorgeous children. "Most people don't know what their life would have been like if they'd chosen another path. But do," she wrote in her autobiography. A-levels. Not stage school. Learning to drive at 17 rather than 27. Having 3 gorgeous children. Being settled rather than putting my life into bin bags every few months. Spending half the time weeping, half the time head over heels in love.